got one over there. I think it's done.
Look at this. But some people want to show off.
From late June to early July 2025, central Pennsylvania and northern Virginia were struck by a powerful storm system that produced intense localized rainfall, exceeding 3 inches within an 18-hour period. This event, driven by a stalled cold front and abundant moisture from the Gulf, overwhelmed drainage infrastructure and emergency response systems. The resulting flash floods caused widespread road closures, forced evacuations, power outages affecting thousands of residents, and numerous emergency water rescues. The severity of the flooding revealed critical weaknesses in regional stormwater management and emergency preparedness. Experts emphasize the urgent need to upgrade infrastructure and enhance community resilience to cope with the increasing frequency of such extreme weather events. Central Pennsylvania faced severe flooding as the storm system stalled over the region between June 29th and July 1st, 2025. Rainfall totals reached between 2 and 6 inches across counties, including Lancaster, Cumberland, Franklin, Lebanon, Perry, and others. Lancaster County was especially hard hit, with Manheim Township experiencing road closures and floodwaters, isolating neighborhoods for hours. Emergency crews responded throughout the night and early morning with multiple water rescues. Floodwaters inundated key roads such as South Main Street and Stagel Street, which remained closed due to hazardous conditions. Drivers were urged to avoid flooded routes, as even 6 inches of water is enough to move a vehicle off the road. The combination of saturated ground from previous storms and intense rainfall led to rapid runoff and flash flooding in urban and low-lying areas. In Pittsburgh and surrounding western counties, heavy rain caused flooding on major roads, including Freeport Road and sections of Mifflin Road. Emergency services struggled to maintain access to affected neighborhoods. Power outages impacted thousands of customers, particularly in Carlisle and nearby communities. In total, the storm caused widespread disruption to transportation, utilities, and daily life across the mid-state region. The National Weather Service issued multiple flash flood warnings and a rare flash flood emergency, indicating the life-threatening nature of the flooding. Following the flooding in Pennsylvania, Northern Virginia experienced significant flash flooding in late June 2025. Intense thunderstorms produced heavy rainfall that overwhelmed local drainage systems in counties near the Potomac River. Roads and highways were flooded, forcing closures and emergency evacuations in some areas. Power outages affected thousands, with utility crews working to restore service amid ongoing storms. The region's topography, with numerous small rivers and creeks, contributed to rapid flooding after saturated soil conditions. Residents reported damage to homes and infrastructure, with local officials declaring states of emergency in the hardest-hit communities. The flooding in Virginia underscored the regional scale of this severe weather event and the challenges in managing rapidly changing conditions. Meteorologists and hydrologists point to a combination of atmospheric and environmental factors as the cause of this flooding event. A stalled cold front acted as a stationary boundary, allowing moist air from the Gulf to continuously feed into the region. This persistent moisture led to intense, slow-moving thunderstorms that dumped heavy rain over a short period. Saturated soils from previous rainfall events reduced the land's ability to absorb water, increasing surface runoff. Urban development in flood-prone areas and aging stormwater infrastructure exacerbated the problem by limiting natural drainage and overwhelming sewer systems. Experts emphasize that these combined factors, persistent moisture, stalled weather patterns, and compromised infrastructure, created ideal conditions for flash flooding on a significant scale. Experts and emergency management officials stress the importance of rapid recovery and long-term resilience building for affected communities. In the short term, priority efforts include debris removal, infrastructure repairs, and restoring utilities. Emergency shelters and support services remain active for displaced residents. Local governments are conducting damage assessments to prioritize critical repairs, particularly for roads, bridges, and drainage systems. Long-term, officials recommend investing in improved stormwater management, including upgrading drainage capacity, implementing green infrastructure, and enhancing early warning systems. Community education programs focused on flood preparedness and response are also critical. Planners emphasize the need to review zoning and development policies to reduce vulnerability in flood-prone zones.
Go a little bit too fast, but we're still on a safe zone. Here comes the waves.
Experts agree resilience will depend on coordinated efforts among government agencies, utility providers, and residents to strengthen infrastructure and improve emergency response protocols in the face of future extreme weather. Authorities remind residents and drivers to never underestimate floodwaters. Even shallow water, 6 inches or less, can sweep vehicles off roads and cause drowning. It is critical to obey road closure signs and avoid all flooded areas on foot or by vehicle. Walking through floodwaters poses serious risks from hidden debris, contamination, and swift currents. Residents should have emergency kits prepared, remain informed through official alerts, and follow evacuation orders promptly. Safety experts recommend developing family emergency plans and identifying higher ground locations ahead of storms. Emergency workers and first responders acted immediately and sustained their efforts throughout the flooding event. Firefighters, police, utility crews, and volunteer organizations conducted water rescues, cleared debris, and restored power under challenging conditions. Their efforts prevented greater loss of life and facilitated the reopening of critical roadways. Despite the extensive damage, the resilience shown by communities has been remarkable. Neighbors supported each other, volunteers assisted with cleanup, and local leaders coordinated resources efficiently. This collective determination, combined with professional emergency response, has been essential in managing the crisis and beginning recovery. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay aware.
Well, I guess I'm not fishing today. The bleeding fish got washed away. Bollocks.